All right. So, like I said, My Lost Soul, it takes place in a really quirky studio in Barcelona. And I have a video that I made in that space when I was there many years ago. And this is the only video that I've ever made that sort of kind of went viral. Viral's a little bit maybe an exaggeration, but it's definitely the video that got the most attention that I've done. Now, the irony here is it's one of the first videos I did. I didn't even have a video camera. I just had this really cheap Android, so the quality of the video isn't very good. But I think it's fairly entertaining. So here is a quick tour of my little studio in Barcelona. So here's a quick tour of where I'm staying in Barcelona. One nice thing about the apartment is you never have to go to the bathroom because you're always there. Probably best suited for one person. When you're standing in the kitchen, or what's essentially the kitchen, you have to watch your step because if you don't, you can fall down the stairs. This is my favorite decoration in the apartment, and it is a portrait of the former Italian porn star Cicciolina, I think that's how you say her name, who not only was a porn star but ran for public office, and I can't remember if she was actually elected or not, but she was also married to the artist Jeff Koons, who amongst other things is known for the huge porcelain sculpture that he did of Michael Jackson and his chimp Bubbles. Because it's so windy and there's nothing to hold the windows open with, I've had to get creative. So what I've done here is I've taken a hanger, just an ordinary hanger, and I have kind of stuck it on my desk in such a way and then balanced it against the underside of the window here so that it keeps it open. And I'm pleased to say that it works really well. Something that's really convenient about the apartment is that if you're on the toilet and you need something from the refrigerator or you want to microwave something, all you have to do is reach right out in front of you and you're there. I don't know what the room was originally, but there is a fireplace in the middle, so I suspect it was actually a dwelling. This is the full-length mirror that is missing half a length. Because the apartment is located on the top floor, and because this is a really, really old building, hundreds of years, I'm not sure how old, but hundreds of years, it's in the Gothic Quarter, there's sort of an interesting task that you have to worry about each day, and that's what this switch is for. I have to turn the switch on in the morning and then on again in the evening, but off, just on for 10 or 15 minutes to fill up the water tank. And if I forget, then there's no water. And this is the washer, and this is the dryer. When I was here last year, I decided to put my smelly shoes on the shelf outside the window. That proved to be a horrible idea. 3 hours and 2 trips to the sporting goods store later to buy a fishing line, hooks, and sinkers, I managed to fish the shoe that had fallen the 3 stories back up to the apartment. One of the best examples of how the apartment makes a great use of space is the desk. This window is also a really big concern because the wind is coming from behind us from the sea, and so there are really strong winds that come in this direction. So what I do with this window is I just take the cord from the blind and I wrap it around the toilet roll holder. The apartment doesn't have a closet, so when you're accessing the area that's the equivalent of the closet, just like when you're in the kitchen, you need to watch your step. I'm not sure the apartment is up to code. One of the coolest things about the apartment is the roof deck. Now, what's interesting about the roof deck is how you get up to it. So here we're obviously going into the shower, but if we turn to our left, we discover a staircase slash ladder somewhere in between that leads us up to the roof deck. So if we're careful, we can climb up, and it's worth to climb because once we get up to the roof deck, we have a 360-degree view of the city. Those are the spires of the cathedral. This church is called Santa Maria del Mar. Here we have the W Hotel and the Mediterranean Sea. Then we have the Gothic Quarter. In the distance, the Olympic Port, the Puerto Olímpico. More of the Gothic Quarter. And then in the distance, we end up with the spires over there that you can see in the distance. That is the Sagrada Familia, which is Gaudi's church, still underway, but just an incredible, incredible architectural achievement, or at least it will be when it's done. One of the main symbols of Barcelona. Here's another view looking west, starting at the Sagrada Familia. Panning across the rest of the city with the mountains in the background. And ending up at the cathedral. Okay, so there you have it. There's a quick look at where I've been staying in Barcelona. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, so like I just said, there's a quick tour of my little studio in Barcelona. I know it's kind of a dump, but I love it, and I've stayed there twice, and I would stay there again. I don't know if it's even still available. It's been a few years. Hopefully they've made some repairs in the meantime. But, you know, the views, the deck, just, you know, everything's so convenient. I don't know. I love that. And it's in a fantastic location. But anyway, quick tour of the setting for my story, My Lost Soul.